Welcome back to the channel, folks. Well, I'm gonna clean up my cons for the day. Well, not today, I guess, but since just waiting for the laws to change, kind of bored. Trying to save them up over time, but mining season's pretty much done down here in Ilwaco now. So I'm gonna clean them up today, see how long it takes them to change it, and then if it's looking like it's gonna be to the end of the month, then I'm gonna pop up out here. And I got some other projects I want to take care of. But for now, I'm going to go clean up some cons today. They say it's not much, but it's gold. Alright, anyway, be back. See, all we're doing is got it turned down to a 3 stack, and I got the water flow very, very slow. Adjusted knobs at about a 25 degree. Got the kitten. Just collecting enough for the gold pan, that's it. And then I'll run it a couple of times, and then I'll break it down even further. Yeah, that's it. Clean up gold. Alright, so just a few scoops in, and my top tray is already loaded down with gold. That's a good sign for the day. Man, just load it. Like it. Alright, gotta keep going though. I think you can get a good shot of all the gold in there now. Yeah, there you go. Look at all that. But the cool thing about using it for the cleanup, I'll show you the sawtooth in just a second. The sawtooth, when you slow it down, incredible amount of gold drops into it. Just absolutely load it with gold everywhere. Look at all that. Look at that line of gold there. So what's going to happen is, I'm going to break all this down to as small cons as possible. Just lines of it. Lines of gold. And then I'm going to take the black sands out, run it again. This whole thing will just be gold. Like, don't buy all the equipment. Look at that. Just gold. Favor around the splashing. 6 weeks old, everything still scares the bejesus out of him. It's first time playing with the grass. Too cute. Anyway, the second tray. See? So now I'm seeing little bits of gold right there. But overall, not a lot. Which is exactly what we want to see, right? We want to see a lot less in the second tray. And compared to the first one, I mean, we're, yeah, not even close to being the same amount. So this is exactly why you want to use this for a cleanup. Well, like I said, I'm just catching in a pan down here right now. I'll run this twice. And that's mostly just to verify enough materials out of it. And then I'll be good. Done. Then I'll break it back down, take the black sands out, and finalize my cleanup. It's pretty quick, so anyway, be back. Okay, so for prospectors, the proof's in the tailings, right? So compared to the first run, I just finished off the bucket right quick. Compared to the first run, I see one little spot there, one there, two there, one there, one there, and one there. A couple of pieces here that would have been left over from the last time. That's it. That's how good the sawtooth catches when you slow it down like that. Just get your water nice and slow. And clean up your stuff. Don't go out and spend money on stuff to clean. You already got it if you got a Goldcube. Just get sawtooth mat on it. Anyway. Alright, I'm going to run some more good cons. And catch this on video. Watch for the drop. Look at all that gold. So, turns out I forgot all my actual black sand removal, and sad to say it, but my snuffer bottle back at the campsite. So anyway, guess I'm not doing that here, but I am going to keep showing you how to do all this cleanup stuff. So I do have my magnet, at least I got that. So I'm just going to quickly take the black sands out, and then I'm going to get on to just running the way I normally do. And you can see the amount of gold I'll have. Anyway, stay tuned. Last phase. Remember folks, it's sunny out here today. Do not leave your Goldcube outside without having water run through it when it's sunny outside, because it will warp. Anyway, so this is what I'm talking about here. 350 or 360 gallon per hour pump I'm going to use right here. I'm just going to get that in the water. And then the angle's slanted way back. As long as your water is flowing slowly over the top, it doesn't really matter what angle you're at too much. You don't want it too steep like normal, but you do want to draw it back. And then you just want to make sure it's nice and level. Anyway, alright, as soon as this is up and running, I'll start recording again. Alright, so everything's up and running. You don't need to do much to get this hooked up. You just need a garden hose down to a 3/4 inch fit in. Right there, you can find that at any plumbing store or most stores. And then you just need your hose and just a little pump. You don't need to clamp anything down. It's not enough pressure to worry about. And again, as always, make sure you got no air bubbles. You look how slow that's running. Look at that. Alright, so now I've got the black sands out of this. And I'm going to run it through that. Alright, let me get set up here again. Alright. So reset back up inside the shop because there was just too much glare from the sun going out, but I'm going to demonstrate how slow the material moves. I'm going to put my spoon up top, force it into the water. That's going to put the material back underwater just like the wells do. Keeping that gold down. And see, this is how slow the material's moving around. So all your heavies are just staying right there at the top. And that's where all the gold is. Don't mind the old rusty spoon. It's a spoon I found metal detecting, so not ruining the house spoon. Putting it back to use. Yeah, see? That's where all the gold's going to be at, right there. And just all the lighter material down there. It works great. Anyway, I'll show you when it gets close to being done. Look at that action. Look at all that gold is dropping out. Oh my gosh. Just loaded with gold. That's all. So right here in this picture, everything you see right across this section is gold. Just straight up gold. That was the last 2 days before they closed it too. Trying to get an area I found done. So there's still more there I want to do, but I'm still deciding whether it's going to be worth it to keep going this season or wait till next season. Anyway, yeah, gonna keep going. And look what's still staying in the pan. Alright, so we're almost down to the last little bit I could scoop up. And just that small amount. Being super careful not to lose those floating pieces. I'll show you some action over here though. I got some floaties. But what you do for the floaties, just make sure you always start it underwater. And only let what's underwater run. There it goes. Now watch the gold. Look at all that gold dropping out. Just a line of gold. Bam. Done. All the light stuff just carries on to the end on its own. That's cool. So now I'm just letting it run through. Just leaving it alone, let it do its thing. If you don't feel safe with your bottom, then by all means run your cons again, but I always do really good. You see the gold is just separating very nicely. I don't really see, zoom back some, down here, like I see a couple of pieces because I usually end up heavy loading over here. I see a couple of pieces like right here, but there's nothing down here. So I'm not going to worry about doing a second run on this. It's not worth the time. And if you just let this sit here, you can just leave it running for a long time. This is just going to clean out more and more and more, and you don't have to touch it. So at the end of this, I can't really scoop any of this up, and I don't want to lose gold, so I'm going to leave this in here to pan. So we'll leave that alone. And then I'm just going to dump this in here. And this took me... Let me flip this around. So yeah, I started my cleanup today at about 10 o'clock. It's 2:30 right now. So overall, that's not a long time to do a cleanup for between a third and a half of a 5-gallon bucket worth of cons. Okay, I cleaned out my Goldcube, I think a total of 12 times for this con, so it's quite a bit of cons. It was a good spot too, it had a lot of gold. But so I started at 10, but then I went and played on that. That was fun. Thanks, Scott. Anyway, between doing all my cleanup, and that's from start to finish. That's setup, that's running through the first set of cons, and that's breaking it down to as little as a half pan as possible. So it's a really quick system. This is something I think people should be doing more. You can get a good shallow V mat and the sawtooth mat, and you're set to go. And I think even Washington Beach Mining, he sells a shallow V mat, particularly for the Goldcube. It's not your normal one you buy off of eBay, and yeah, that's what I'm using in my tray. It's more of a rubberized one, but it runs great. Anyway, I'll show you how much material I have to pan once I'm all done. I'm just going to let it run for a little more, relax and have a coffee, and look at all the gold. Okay, so there you go. Now, today wasn't the smartest day for me to be doing this. I ran out of jet dry and stuff, so I'm going to have to put this all back together, but basically that's all you're left with. Maybe, I don't know, 3-4 spoonfuls. No, that's it in the corner. It's not even enough to fill up the first 2 runs on my pan, and that's a small pan. So that's not much material. Works great. And there's gold. There's a bunch of gold. Gold, gold, gold. Anyway, alright. Okay, folks, so that's about as far as I can take it today. If you have any questions about how I did this, just leave a comment down below. Gladly help you out. Otherwise, I hope you give it a shot, and I hope it works well for you. If you like the video, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Otherwise, this is Gold Shepherd. Till next time, keep on panning.